I'm actually going to get busy now and see about rebuilding this tow bar. So if you guys want to hang out and watch me rebuild this tow bar, I'm just going to kind of tear it apart and talk it through. I have never done it before, but I'm going to look at it and figure it out as we go. So that's the next step. All right, guys, for the record, I am not an expert on this. I am not telling you how to do this. I'm not telling you it's safe to do this. And I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So don't hold any of this against me if you have an issue. So my first thing I'm going to do is, the new kit comes with all new nuts and all these different spacers, basically the washers, the washer kits. So I'm going to start on this end. I am going to use my impact, but only to take it apart. I will use the hand wrenches to put it back together. So I'm going to start, see if I can find the right size. Of course, I grabbed the wrong one first. Second, how about the third time's a charm? There we go, third time's a charm. So that one is 1 1/16 inches. I'm going to start by taking that one out. See if it'll unscrew without, well, actually, I'm just going to turn this around and hold this with a big crescent wrench for right now. And as I pull this out, we're going to clean that bolt up a little bit. I'm going to look, and I have 2 washers on this side and 1 on that side. Not sure if that's normal or if that's just what took up the space the best, but here you can see that swivel just broke apart. So it looks like there's actually a bolt in here, a couple of bolts in here that hold this thing together. And you can see there, here's these bolts right here, the same bolts, that's what holds it together. So probably what happened is, as that loosened up over time and everything started whopping around in there, it broke those bolts. And because this wasn't so as tight as it's supposed to be, that caused this to come apart. So we had 3 of those in that section, and I'm just going to look at the other side. On this side, in this joint, there's 1 here, 1 on this side, looks like 1 there, and it's really loose, and 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and 3 on this side. Now I'm going to check to see how many they sent me in the kit. So there's the big ones. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Looks like just 6. Oh, nope, maybe there's some more. 8. Looks like I got 8 of the big ones. It looks like 4 of the smaller ones. And new nuts for each section here. All right, so I'm going to look these bolts over just to make sure they're not cracked or broken. They actually look pretty good. Reuse the bolt. I think they'll be all right. I don't see anything super damaging. The threads look okay. And they got new nylocking washers or nuts that'll go on there. So I'm just going to start on this end, just so I'm doing it as I do. That was, this piece goes in here. There were, I'm going to go with 2 and 2 and just see how that works. If I can fit 2 on this side and 2 on this side, which do. Maybe one of them actually broke and fell out. Maybe that's what they're supposed to be. We're just going to try to get it as tight as we can and still movable. Now, if you get one of these new, you will see that they're almost impossible to move until you put it in the hitch. Now it's just lining the hole up with the bolt, getting the washer where it needs to go. Now, that's obviously too loose in my opinion, so I'm going to snug that up a little bit. And I'm going to do this by hand because I don't like working those nylocks with a air gun. I don't feel that impact is safe for those. So we're going to run this in snug to start with, and then we'll feel it. And I'm just going to go by feel on it because that's all I have. There was no torque specs that came with the kit or torque specs anywhere that I saw. So that's just snug, and it's kind of staying in place. I think I'm going to go just a hair more, because I know that you had to really work at it to move it when it was brand new. So I think I'm just going to go a hair more, take up a little bit of that gap, and there, it still moves pretty freely, but I have to move it. Now when I put the weight of that, it might be a little loose. I might have to tighten it up a little bit after I change this part. So next step is this section. We're going to take this nut off, and like I said, I already counted. I have one washer between each of these sections here, so we'll do the same thing on that one. That'll be the 4 washers that I got left. There's a bolt, and again I'm going to look it over pretty close. I don't see anything on it that looks bad. I don't feel any wear or marks on it here. The threads still look in good shape. I think we're okay with that one. Now, let's see how we can get this apart here. There's a swivel. One washer on each side of that. This one was in between here, and one on that side. Okay. This is going to be the fun part. Just trying to get all this back in here. I'm sure the guys who do this for a living have a nice little jig that holds all this stuff in place and just makes it so that you can do this without struggling. But I don't have that, so let me grab another screwdriver to separate that. There we go. There, I got 1, 1, 1, and 1 in each of the spots. And we'll get that nut started so nothing falls out. And now I will go ahead and hand tighten those ones up. All right, I think that's pretty good. So I might try to snug those up a little bit more once I put it in the hitch, because that'll hold everything together tightly. All right, guys, we moved you back over to that side since we're working on this. Now, this is one thing that Blue Ox, NSA, I think, all of them, you can get the different mounts for the different type of tow bar you have. So what your base plate is. All of mine are Blue Ox style base plates. So this and the NSA are all the same. Let's see, what size is this one? Smaller than that. I think it's that one. That looks like it's a 3/4. A 3/4. All right, what I don't want to screw up is put this in the wrong way. So I'm going to try to be very careful. The arrow is pointing towards the front of the truck. We'll pull that out. I'm going to leave that there right now. Check the bolt. little bit of rust looking on it, but I don't see it's all wiping off, and I don't see any cracks or breaks in the bolt. They do not come with new bolts in the kit. However, if you were worried, this is actually only a grade 5 bolt. It's not even a grade 8 bolt, and that's probably because these are not grade 8 nuts either, because the nylocks don't normally come in that. Those are only grade 5. So the bolt looks good. Washers are out. And let's see, I've got 4, so that's just 1 on each side. Okay. Get that one lined up. There we go. New nut. I just noticed something, that on this, the bolt was in, so the nut was on the top. On the new one over there, the bolt is in, so the bolt is on the top and the nut is on the bottom. To me, it would make more sense to have the nut on the bottom, so if the nut did somehow vibrate loose, the bolt would still be in there by gravity. I don't know. Obviously, one's one way, the other's the other, so I guess it doesn't really make a difference. But I'm going to put the bolt from the upside down, opposite of the way the arrow goes, so the nut is on the bottom. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start that one. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Take this one off. Again, guys, this is just how I'm doing it. I am not an expert. I'm not a professional. I'm not the one to tell you how it should be done. This is the way I'm doing it. So make your own decision on how you want to do it. Much tighter. Much more better. The last step is we're going to extend these arms. I'm going to get my stuff out of the way here. We're going to extend these arms. I'm going to cut this zip tie off on both of these. We're going to inspect the arms, and we're going to clean them and re-grease them underneath these boots, and then put the boots back on. Let me go get the tools. Right. We're just going to cut these zip ties off here without hurting the boots. Hopefully is the plan. Don't get on the boot. Okay, pull that out, and we're going to inspect this arm. It looks like there's a pin in there. It looks like that's all solid. Actually looks pretty clean, pretty nice, not bad at all. But I'm going to wipe it all down, and I'm just going to take a little bit of grease, some light grease, and put it on there, and then we'll pull these back up and re-zip tie them on. All right, guys, I'm just going to use a little bit of this red grease that I got here. You know, I got to say that I'm just going to put a little coat. It doesn't need a whole lot. We don't need it to collect a bunch of dirt and junk and stuff, but it's just a little bit of clean grease up inside here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this in and out. It locks, loose, locks. All right, so we'll just slip this back up over the lip. Maybe get my big fingers here to do what needs to be done. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to hold this where this is up, everything's kind of in the right angle there. And then we'll put the zip tie back around here. pull that tight, hold the boot in place. That should be good. Snip off the extra. We'll do the same thing on this one. All right, guys, that's all there is to it. Goes in, everything's way nicer and tighter than they were. So there you have it. So, like I said, I'm not an expert by any means. I can just tell you what works for us and what hasn't worked for us. So tell me, what tow bars do you use? Would you rebuild yours? I know NSA, they say there's no maintenance that needs to be done on it. This one, they say you need to grease it and rebuild it occasionally. I think there's probably a happy medium between the two. Obviously, the NSA the joints did get loose on it too, so I'm sure that it needs to be done occasionally, depending on your service, duty cycles, how hard you use it. There's a lot of things like that you never know, you know. We use it, we're pretty hard on it. We got a heavy truck, we got a big motorhome, we travel full time. So we put a lot of stress on all these pieces. So they probably will need to be rebuilt more often than maybe the normal person. You might get one of these, and if you're just a weekend warrior, you may never have to rebuild one. Like I said, Blue Ox does recommend I think it says every 2 years or 10,000 miles. So for us, of course, that would be every year or every 6 to 8 months, depending on the travel. Anyway, hope this has helped. Hope this has given a little insight to some of you guys, and we appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think, and hope to see you on the road.